A few weeks ago, the Senate voted to retain Section 29(4)(b) of the 1999 Constitution, which essentially gives a married woman, regardless of her age, the right to renounce her Nigerian citizenship. The decision was taken apparently after Senator Ahmed Yerima of Zamfara State made a passionate appeal to his fellow senators, claiming that expunging this clause would in essence violate the right of Muslims. The decision to retain the clause was seen as a tacit endorsement of child marriage. In Abuja, I caught up with Senator Ahmed Yerima and invited him to the channel studios to discuss the issue. I started by asking him if he agrees that by retaining this section of the Constitution, the Senate is essentially saying to everyone, it is okay to marry off children.
February 1st is today, 2026. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. I discovered that many Nigerians, many people in Nigeria, especially of the young age, are not aware about the issue of child marriage in Nigeria. And I'm saying this because of some damage controls that people are trying to do today. Now, 12 years ago, there was a resolution in the Senate that wanted to divide Nigeria. Everything I'm saying is subject, to verification. Go and verify everything I'm saying here. So what could that be? There were some persons who came to the Senate and they were led by Sani Yerima. Sani Yerima is a man who championed Sharia into Nigerian constitution and it worked out for him. Okay, so they championed a resolution and Senate passed a resolution that a child can get married at any time. In Nigeria, this Nigeria you are, you don't know, but I'm telling you this. Go and fact check what I'm saying. That any child can get married. Okay, that once a child get married, that maturity defines who can get married or not age. So even 12 years old, 13 years old. And after that, this Sani Yerima, senator, 3 times senator, 2 times governor of Zamfara State. He got married to a 13-year-old girl. 13 years old girl, a 13-year-old girl. This governor got married to a 13-year-old girl. And this man did not even feel bad about it. He said this is the position of Sharia law. And he was coming to Channel television to, to defend it. And they were trying to force it to all Nigerians that even Christians, Muslims can get married even from 7, 10, as far as they see the girl as a marriage person. So when you see me doing videos about that, I am coming far away from 12 years ago. I'm not coming from today. Because everything you are seeing in Nigeria today emanated from somewhere. So I know Nigeria very well. I know what is going on in Nigeria. Now, the issue here is simple. Is the child marriage going on till tomorrow? Yes, and it's forever and ever as far as Sharia law is concerned. Now, for those of you who do not understand what I'm saying, I will leave this video of Sani Yerima when he went to Channel television. A governor, and 2-time senator. He went to Channel television to explain everything that it is right to marry underage in Nigeria, and it's not against the law because the Nigerian constitution don't have right to amend Sharia law. And this is the same man that made the statement that it is the ambition of every Muslim in Nigeria to turn Nigeria into a Sharia state. So be careful on what you do damage control on. Listen to Yerima.
Please, can I start by asking you to tell us what the real deal is? What is your real position on this matter?
Well, you see, it is all about the definition of full age. People don't understand the fact that some don't even know that this provision is in the 99 Constitution as well as 79 Constitution. What the Senate wanted to do was to remove it. And if you remove it, you are left with Section 4A, because there are 2 subsections there. 4A says a person, for him to be able to renounce his citizenship, he has to be 18 years and above. While 4B now says any married woman is of full age. So under Islamic law, any married woman is of full age. That is provided for in the Quran.
Can you tell me the specific part of the Quran which actually says this? Can you quote chapter and verse? Because this is actually disputed, that there is a particular verse in the Quran that says this thing that you are claiming.
It is in Surah Al-Ma'idah.
Okay.
You see, That is chapter 4.
Okay.
What the Quran says was that any married woman is considered to be of equal position with any married man.
No, but the assumption...
the issue is that married woman who commits, for example, adultery is different from a single girl. And definition of full age was given based on the maturity, that is age of puberty of a girl. For example, I was just looking at the European laws. I found that age of puberty was defined between 12 and 14.
Yes, but let's go back to the Quran, because that and Sharia, that has been the basis of the argument that you've been making about this particular matter. What is the age of puberty in the Quran? What does the Quran define as age of puberty?
The Islamic sources of Islamic law is Quran and the teaching or practice of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
The Hadith.
The Hadith define what is said in the Quran. The Quran says any married woman that commit adultery, for example, must be punished differently from a married woman. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, for you to be married, you must attain the age of puberty.
Yes.
And the puberty age is not defined by years.
But that is
defined by the nature of the girls.
That's at the center of this debate, isn't it? Whether you can consider a 9-year-old or 13-year-old as being fully mature.
Yeah, you see,
and the argument
as far as
is that you
Islamic
can't.
law is concerned, as far as Islamic law is concerned, once you attain puberty,
yeah, but what is this puberty that we talk about?
You see, it's defined by when a girl starts menstruation. So a girl can start menstruation at 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, and when she starts seeing, when the breasts, are fully matured, and so it is not by age. That's what we are saying, and that is why that provision was made.
Now, do you think that there's a difference between physical maturity and maturity of the mind? Or, as far as you're concerned, the minute a woman is physically doing all these things that you've described, that makes her a mature person?
As far as Islamic law is concerned, there is no difference between, you see, a man, is different from a woman. A woman can be 50 years old, but her behavior can be different from a behavior of 25-year-old man. So therefore, the maturity is defined by the age of puberty. Maturity in the sense of marriage. We are not talking of physical maturity, or we are here, the section is talking about married woman.
Yes,
who is a matured married woman? Who is a matured person? A married woman in Islam is, you cannot marry until you reach the age of puberty.
No, but this is the point.
Yes.
What is this age of puberty? Is it 11? Is it 9? Is it 10? And
it depends on the nature
let me quote something for you from the Al-Azhar Al-Sharif in Egypt, which is basically the recognized highest body in Sunni Islam. And they have a manual on the rights of children. And they state without any ambiguity that marriage is regulated in Islam. And children must reach the age of maturity and puberty. So they make a distinction between maturity and puberty, and they put the two together. So it's not just that a girl has breasts.
So what age they say of maturity and puberty?
No, but that is the point. So what is maturity? And maturity, Sharia, in my understanding of Sharia, is that there are three things that you use before you can actually legislate and call this a Sharia law. The first is Nas, which is the text. The second is basically the spirit of the law, right? And then the third is the context of the society you live in. Now, using these three measurements, you cannot say that a 9-year-old in today's society can be considered to be mature.
You see, but this
it is all subject to
Islamic law has history.
Yes.
Our basis for anything under Islamic law is a written law, not like an English law. A common law, you make adjustments, but in Sharia law you don't make adjustments. You make interpretations where necessary.
Yes.
But this age of puberty is clearly determined by the nature of the girl. not by the age of the girl. That's what I want you to understand. Even the person you quoted, the people you quoted, did not say a particular age.
But the thing,
and that is why the problem is.
The problem with leaving a law as ambiguous as the one that we have in the 1999 Constitution, which you talked about, is that the law is supposed to be a leveler. It is supposed to be something that you can apply equally and in a just way to everybody. But this particular law that you are saying that you want it to be subject to different sorts of interpretations.
No, not subject
that is what
to.
you're saying, because you're saying one girl, at 9 years old, she is mature, another one is not.
Why did the Constitution says when you are 18 you can vote, but you cannot be a councillor or House of Reps until you are 25. You cannot be a governor until you are 30. I mean, senator until you are 35. You cannot be a president until you are 45. So there is always differences in whatever you need to do. Yeah, but a married woman is a married woman.
No, a married woman at 9 is not a married woman with the same person as 21.
But a person who is 18 is considered to be matured by our Constitution. Then why did the Constitution now says you cannot be voted for as a councillor?
So the Child Rights Act in Nigeria is very, very clear, of 2003, about the age of maturity, and it is 18. It is true that we have instruments that are a little bit ambiguous.
That Child Rights Act is not constitutional as far as Islamic law is concerned. I said second schedule part 1, item 61 of the Constitution prohibited National Assembly from making any laws regarding formation and annulment of marriages under Islamic law and customary law. So it is only affecting those who undertake their marriages, who conducted their marriages under common law. If you are an Igbo man and you conduct your marriage under the customary law, the Child Rights Act will not apply in court. Ask anybody. And
you're quite happy to sit here and be clear that people who perhaps will use customary law or even Islamic law, as you put it, to marry children cannot be held to account.
This is not.
No, seriously, they won't be able to. Nobody will be able to hold them to account.
This is not issue of marriage of children.
It is the issue of marriage of children.
It is not marriage of children.
Then
you see, that is why people are deviating from the main debate. The issue. What is the issue?
No, the
renunciation of citizenship.
Yes, but it does give a tacit.
Age.
It does give a tacit endorsement of child marriage. If you are saying children under 18 can be married, then essentially you are giving a tacit endorsement of child marriage.
So any marriage under 18 is child marriage?
Mostly.
By what? Why is UK saying that you can have sex at 16? Italian law 13. At the age of 13.
I don't know about other laws, and I don't know about the Italian law. I can talk a little bit to the British law, but not to the Italian law.
The British law, I saw it, 16 years. So the issue is the matter of faiths. Our religion is...
Whatever happened that time was history. If I had done anything wrong, I would have been taken to court. The NAPTIP wanted to try the case, and they dropped the matter because I didn't do anything wrong. Whatever you are doing, if you are ignorant of the law, then you are bound to have problems. But once you do any action based on law and according to law, you don't have problem in any society.
So did that matter worry you? Did it?
How can it matter? Because I did nothing wrong.
No. I'm talking about the incident that involved the minors.
That is antisocial activity. We're talking of marriage. You go to any society in Nigeria, any society, traditional society, do they have any age bracket for marriage? There is no law. There is no law in Nigeria that determines when and how you get married. The Muslims have Sharia. The Christians, I don't know what their doctrine says. But as far as we are concerned, you have to do everything you want to do in Nigerian society, in any society.
Even though there will be inferences to the Child Rights Act and others. But it's a matter that a lot of people are quite interested. Would you still consider marrying a minor, 13-year-old? Or, I mean, you didn't give the age of your bride at that time, but is that something you still consider?
You see, like I said, you don't talk about any age when you are going to marry. I don't know your own society, but under our own system, under Sharia, there are criteria that are followed. So once anything I want to do is according to law, of Nigeria, there's nothing stopping me from doing it.
So you don't mind a 13-year-old?
Anything that is according to the law. I cannot do anything unlawful or illegal. You will not find Yerima doing anything illegal in this country.
Just to be clear, because a lot of Nigerians are watching.
Yeah.
Is marrying a 13-year-old wrong?
It depends on the society. It depends on your understanding of what is minor.
It's not wrong.
I don't think you look, the issue of age. Where do you have any issue of age in our law? Tell me. If the law says this is the age of a child, or girl or woman that you must marry, then the law have to be followed. Mm. So as far as I'm concerned, my society does not determine even the Constitution of Nigeria. There's no law in Nigeria today,
right,
that stipulates the age of marriage.
Well, it's
ignorance. People can be educated in Western sense.
I'm sure our listeners
are
quite interested in
of
this
their
one.
society.
But it's good to have you speak to that, because it's like the elephant in the room.